What's going on, YouTube? It's me, Gil DeJuice. And I'm pretty happy right now. It's day 5. For those that are following my channel, I'm going through this journey as we speak here about the journey of Gil DeJuice, pretty much like that. Let's put it like that. I know I throw people off when I say, "Oh, semen retention," but it's some real deal stuff. You know what I'm saying? Self-improvement is it's my biggest thing right now. Self-improvement, self-love, that's what this channel's all about. And I've been working hard, man. I've been during this whole quarantine, I've been pretty focused, and I've been noticing, for me it's day 5. I call it day 5 of DeJuice. Day 5 of DeJuice. And I'm gonna tell you some things I've noticed over the past few days as I've been going. Today I went running and I've been working out. I gotta stop that smacking shit. But anyway, I went running today and I noticed a lot of people are kind of looking in my direction. They're looking at me like, I had these two guys, they were sitting there and running together and they're waving, and I'm like, hey, how's it going? Old lady, she was walking with somebody and she's looking at me, hi. I'm like, hey, I see this cute looking girl, and we gave each other like a deep eye contact, like we were just sitting there, she sees me running, I see her running, I'm like, now in my head, I'm not in my head because when I run, my head's, I'm a bobblehead, and I'm noticing it's like I'm kind of attracting. I'm kind of attracting, so that's good. That is really a good thing for me. I'm smiling a little bit more, I'm definitely going about, smiling a little bit more. Like I said, I told you guys, I don't know if I told you, but this is an extra small hoodie, man. 2 years ago, I was wearing XXL hoodies. I was wearing, and I still do. I use it though, like for running. So when I run, I wear 2 hoodies plus a waist, like it's like a band that goes around your waist. And I've been kind of checking my weight a little bit. I'm like 183. I'm a solid 183 right now, Yeah. So I'm losing this weight. I'm losing the weight. But I just wanted to kind of talk about yesterday. Yesterday, guys, I almost slipped up. I told you about this character, Omega Toxin. I told you about this character, and I said, Omega Toxin is evil. That's my evil side. That's my evil character. And so yesterday, I'm on LinkedIn, LinkedIn Careers or LinkedIn Learning. And what this is it's like a platform that it gives you, it propels you for your career. So if, with me, I'm not gonna lie, I bullshitted my whole freaking 20s away by just doing dumb stuff, man. I'm getting wiser, I'm getting older. I'm like, man, I wasted a lot of time, energy, And so with LinkedIn Learn, it's basically a career head starter. If you're wanting to get your career down and get it right, it's just, it helps you out. And to be honest with you, I actually do have experience in sales. Now, I know it. I'm all over the place. 1 minute I'm here. I'm like, 1 minute I want to be, I was in school enrolled and just doing general education. Then I enrolled in school for criminal justice. Then I enrolled in school. I was doing criminal justice for a minute. Everything spiraled out of control for me. But during that time when I was doing criminal justice, I was doing photography. I was trying to be a musician. I was skating. I was doing so many things that were just like multiple things. Like I didn't focus on one thing, And then after I went back to school like at the end of 2018. Like I kind of like, 17, I just worked. I went back to sales. I really went back to sales, okay? And then in 2018, I had went back to school again, transferred everything over, and then I went for professional writing. And it just didn't do anything, man. Didn't do anything with it. Even I was talking to a therapist, or it's like, these people that you can call if you just need, if like they're called like their crisis hotline. And I was talking to the guy about my career, and he said, man, why would you do that? Like it's no money. That's not even a career. And I was like, dude, criminal justice, I honestly didn't want to do it. I mean, to be honest with you, it was cool. My grades, my grades were solid in the beginning, and then towards the end, I just jacked off, slacked off. That's what happened, and wasn't retaining the seed, wasn't retaining that knowledge, and my grades just they plummeted. And so 2019 was a year of change, man, a year of heartbreak, a year of change, and because coming into 2020 was going to be the real deal. Here we are, sexy 2020, I tell you. And as I'm noticing about 2020, I said, this was the year for growth and everything. You know what I'm saying? For me, what I'm going about doing is I had to evaluate my career. It's like I do not just want a job. I want a rewarding career. I can safe to say that. And so I'm looking at my life and I'm like, well, what is it that I have experience in? And I worked at Walmart as a sales associate for 6 years. I got 6 years of sales experience. There was a lady who reached out to me on LinkedIn and said, you have an extensive sales background. We would like to bring you in for an interview this summer. The position starts this summer. So, there's kind of like, they said there's kind of like a mini freeze on the hiring process right now, but the position starts this summertime because with the whole coronavirus, COVID-19. Yeah. Oh, my mouth. And so, oh yeah, that's strong. Anyway, so she's talking to me, and she said, you have an extensive background in sales. And I thought about it, and I'm like, that's true, I said, hey, you think about it, okay. I'm sitting up here on LinkedIn Learning, and I'm studying, trying to do web development, and I'm like, honestly speaking, web development is a tough field to get into if you do not have, I feel like that's going to take a couple of years to get into, at least a year. At least, it's going to be over a year, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a couple of years because that is something, I looked up the thing. If you do not know how to code and type, they will end on the interview, you must write clean. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, you got to write that clean. They are not bringing you in if you do not know how to code cleanly. You know what I'm saying? I use Visual Studio as far as the coding, but if you can't write that clean, they ain't bringing you in. And that's going to take some time to really get a lot of that knowledge in. So I said, what is it that I know? I know sales, man. I know sales, but to be a sales professional, this is in alignment with my life right now. This is in full-blown alignment with my life. All right, yeah. This is in full-blown alignment with my life. Everything with being a sales professional, I'm learning this, and as I'm learning this, I'm being quiet. I'm just trying to shh and learn. And so last night, I was on day 4. I'm on day 5 today, but last night I was on day 4, and I was tempted by the devil, man. I was tempted by omega toxin. So I'm sitting there, and I'm understanding the whole importance of being quiet. Because if you could be quiet, you can learn. And I also learned a little bit more about emotional intelligence. And I learned that my emotional intelligence was not super high, man. I feel like my emotional intelligence was weak. So it was about strengthening it. And they said people who listen have a strong emotional intelligence. And I'm going to be real with y'all. I don't listen for shit. I never listened. And so, listen, I don't listen. And last night I just shut up. I went on LinkedIn careers and I watched this guy. He's a teacher, and it's for the sales professional career, sales profession with business. And I always am. I am a biz. I have a business EID number in the state of, where I'm at, in the state of Missouri. I mean, I have that. And I always was like, trying to do my own business. I try to do a cookie business, and that's what it's under. So the whole thing is sales and business, like business developer, sales professional. Like that is, I feel like, the ideal career. And for me, sales professional, it goes in alignment with my appearance, the way I look, the way I present myself, the way I build relationships, everything. It's your character is the biggest thing you're trying to improve. I'm trying to improve in my life, and that field, you need to have a solid character to get into, And so I studied last night. I shut up. I read a quote from Benjamin Franklin, and he was talking. I don't think it was a quote. I just was reading some stuff from him, and he said, the importance of silence, shutting up, just being quiet. And then it makes me think about the Bible when Jesus said, those that have ears, let them hear. Just shut up and listen, and then you can receive the knowledge. So that's what I did. And as I was doing that, I was typing my notes in. I was going ham, like introductory to professional sales, sales professional. I got 2 certificates last night, just 2 of them. I got 2 certificates. Excuse me. And as I'm learning, you want to know what was happening? Like, I've been brushing my hair, I've been really kind of, taking care of, like, trying to groom up. Like, I mean, I ain't been to the barbershop. I went last week, but I'm trying to go weekly. But with this whole lockdown, I ain't been this week. That's why I said I go weekly now. I don't be playing no more my grooming. I was like, you got to stay groomed because your image is huge.